Hello, Team 6-1 Social Studies students. This is Mr. Bush, and this is a screencast with information from Thursday, October 22nd, and for Friday, October 23rd. Today, during our live Google Meet, we started the class by answering any questions students might have had from the reading guide, which they had Tuesday the 20th and Wednesday the 21st to work on and complete. I had them bring any remaining questions that they had. As a reminder, the reading guide was located in the Week 7 Tuesday folder. So when students click on Reading Guide, it will bring up their reading guide. If students attended our live class on Tuesday, we did Source A together. And then I asked that students complete Sources B and C on their own. When students are done with the reading guide, they may click Submit for that to be graded. Students can take a look at the reading one of two ways. They can either click the hyperlink that makes the sources blue in the reading guide, and it will take them to a bookmark in the reading guide, or they can set it up side by side that they're looking at the different sources. So they could click on Source B, for example, open it up in a link beside their reading guide, and they can go back and forth to answer those questions. So students were allowed a little bit of time at the beginning of our live Google Meet today on Thursday, the 22nd, to ask any questions. We discussed any answers that might be confusing or any questions that might be confusing, and then students clicked Submit. We then transitioned into the Brain Pop that covered most of the information from this learning set, and that Brain Pop was called the Agricultural Revolution Brain Pop. So students can access Brain Pop through the Clever app, which they are very familiar with. They can type in Agricultural Revolution, and it will take them to this Brain Pop that really is a nice review and a nice refresher of this week's learning set. So we watched.
Can you hand me the shovel? Dear Tim and Moby, what was the agricultural revolution? From Sam.
So after watching it, and students can watch the whole video, after watching we discussed the agricultural revolution, the impact farming had on humans, both through a surplus of food and the specialization of jobs. And I reminded students that they could view this Brain Pop at any time as they go to complete either the reading guide or the quick check this week or the journal entry. This Brain Pop will always be there. It is a really, really nice tool. That's a quick little refresher of things that we've read about and talked about in class, and it's really only 3.5 minutes. So we watched that and discussed as a class. The next thing we went into was Thursday's folder of this week for the quick check. So once again, the clicks for that in Schoology were Social Studies, Week 7, Thursday the 22nd, and the only thing currently located in that folder right now is the quick check for the lesson set, New Ways of Life. This is a set of 5 multiple choice questions that will ask students to recall their knowledge from the reading guide. So the 5 questions come directly from the knowledge gained from the reading guide activity. Students will complete the 5 multiple choice questions. They have 2 attempts at it. I will accept the higher of the 2 scores from the quick check. So we took a little bit of time together in class, about 5 to 10 minutes, to give students an opportunity to try and complete this quick check. And then the final thing we did was introduced Friday's activity for students. So what I did was I went back into Schoology one more time. We clicked on Week 7. We clicked on tomorrow's folder, which is Friday the 23rd. And in that folder will be the journal entry for the New Ways of Life lesson set. So when students click on this, they will open up a good copy of this, their own copy of this. The directions ask for them to review the Brain Pop, the Agricultural Revolution, which we just did. And then the question says you are now visiting a city during the Neolithic era or the New Stone Age. Write a paragraph in your journal describing how the development of agriculture or farming led to the creation of towns and cities. And I also gave them a couple key terms that they probably want to include in their journal entry. I finally reminded them that this is a product grade, so we should be treating it like it is a quiz. So these paragraphs should probably be about 4 to 5 sentences. And once again, students are describing how the development of agriculture or the development of farming led to the creation of larger towns and cities, what it allowed people to do that they otherwise couldn't have done when they were hunters and gatherers. And so all of this information for this learning set, the New Ways of Life, including the discussion posts, the reading guide, the quick check, and the journal, will be due to me by Sunday evening. Sunday is the 25th. If you have any questions as you go to work on this information on Friday, please feel free to reach out to me via email. I hope you have a good Friday and a great weekend. See you, everybody.